Hey guys, this is Issues with Toddy One Skip. I'm Toddy One Skip. You are not Toddy One Skip, but I am. How you doing? What's going on, guys? I just listened to My, the Rob Thomas song that supposedly was Dee Dee's favorite song, and I sat here and I wondered, like, I thought about her a lot today, and I'm gonna be doing a video of her on my other channel, Everybody Has a Story to Tell by Toddy One Skip. And because everybody does have a story to tell, but very few people take the time to listen. So guys, please check out the new channel and subscribe to it. It's already got some videos on it. I was sent a couple things that I wanted to read and talk about. And so I'm going to read them in the order in which I received them, but not necessarily in the order of which they were taken or written or whatever. One day, two meanings. 1 year ago, we saw Aurora for the first time in this sonogram, and my heart has never been the same. She is my light, my joy, my greatest blessing. But today also marks 10 years since the death of my mom, a woman known not for love, but for the abuse she inflicted upon me. Guys, I don't know why I kept thinking that she passed on the 10th. I don't know why the 10th. Why I kept thinking the 10th, like there's something... Anyway, the pain shaped my life in ways that led to tragic choices, consequences, in years we both can never get back. I won't pretend she was a good person, and I won't pretend I've been perfect either. But Aurora, she represents a new beginning, a chance to break every cycle, a chance to raise someone with love, truth, and freedom, a chance to give her a life better than what I had, and better than what my past choices. I may carry the past, but she carries my future, and I pray that who she becomes will be greater than who I was, and greater than the woman who came before me. So Gypsy posted that, I believe, this morning. The people that knew Dee Dee loved her. They thought she was great. 1980 Millennial did a video today about Dee Blanchard. And, you know, to be honest with you, if you listen to her video, she tells you she's from Aurora, Missouri. And her family was taken in by them, per se. And personally, you know, so...
And my friends and family were among the people that she defrauded and thieved from in order to give Gypsy the life that she did. But this is not the day, in my opinion, to talk about any of that, because no matter what Dee Dee did wrong, and she didn't deserve the penalty, in my opinion. So to just remember the positive attributes of Dee Dee today, I want to mention that everyone in my circle that knew her always talked about how extremely sweet Dee Dee was.
Nobody had a bad word to say about Dee Dee. Nobody. Okay? So those people that knew her, really, they can only say good things about her. The parties she held for people, you know, those block parties she had where she could watch movies so Gypsy could have a social life. You know, the times that, and we're going to talk about this because there's another thing about the Disney trips and stuff and such like that, you know, but remember, and this is true, that Christy used to call her Mama Dee Dee, that they were all good and friendly. So where did this monster come from? Because this monster wasn't even in the first set of phone calls. I'm talking about those phone calls that Gypsy made when she got arrested. You know, those phone calls. You hear the transition to, oh, we got something planned, that when she gets to a different state or she gets, the lawyer starts talking to her, things start changing up. But originally it was, she was DRUGGED'd and kidnapped. Nothing about her mom, nothing about her mom. And she has said that she was her mother's whole world. And she has said that the only thing she did was have to exist. And there's pictures upon pictures upon pictures upon pictures of how happy and spoiled Gypsy was. So no. That's something that's your narrative. And Gypsy is trying to change history. And, I didn't give her as much credit as I should have given her, guys. And the other content creators 100% right. Nina was on this a while ago about how there's dates for everything, how symbolic Gypsy is. So there are dates and specific things that are in regards to Gypsy and how she wants to just create another history. Just she's literally trying to rewrite history, and mainstream media helped do that. And so did the non-justice system, in my opinion. So somebody wrote, and I don't know who wrote this, but I guess this is on Reddit. Somebody sent it to me because I don't. But so it says somebody wrote that they read her book, and I do not think it should be for your daughter to read. It is a lot. We did get a massive insight from your point of view, but what about all those trips to Disney, to Comic-Cons, all the stuff that you actually did get to do? They were in the news, the newspapers, locally, everyone knew who you were before and after Hurricane Katrina. Why didn't you write about those times in the book? The fun times. So Gypsy writes back, and again, I don't know when this was written, but Gypsy writes back, I believe the writers structured the chapters to highlight key story arcs, and the trips to Disney were not included because they were publicly known largely as a result of my mom's manipulation of both me and the public. Dee Dee wanted to go to Disney? Dee Dee wanted to go to rock concerts. Dee Dee was over the moon with rock stars. I think Disney was all about Gypsy Ahoy there. Anyway, so that was largely as a result of her mom's manipulation of the public and her. The hurricane was a tragedy that affected many of us living in Louisiana in 2005. But the important takeaway isn't Gypsy got to go to Disney World for free. No, don't look at that. The real issue is why that happened. It was the result of long-term child ABUSC. Yeah, not true. Not true. Not true. I went to Disney World at the cost of my physical health, emotional well-being, and under the control of a mom who was manipulating her own daughter for years. Guys, you heard about Gypsy and you heard about Dee Dee. Even when Gypsy was at a younger age before this unaliving occurred, you know that Gypsy was in trouble. She was the one that got caught with stuff in her wheelchair, right? And she was the one. I'm not saying that Dee Dee was innocent. I'm saying that Gypsy was her own person. Can you imagine? I ask, where did Gypsy get all this confidence from? She didn't get it from jail. She didn't get it from prison. She got it because her mom. I totally believe that Gypsy ran that house on Volunteer Way. That Gypsy ran the show. I believe that. We know that Gypsy sent letters to her own dad that were totally inappropriate. I mean, the letters, the pictures, totally inappropriate. We know what she did with Nick, and how she used and abused him. We know her story with Dan, but nobody is telling. We know these things about her: the manipulation, the lies, she doesn't care. She doesn't care. We know about her wanting to pop somebody's eyes in the back of their head. This is Gypsy. We know these things. We haven't heard that one time about Dee Dee. Not one time. It's not even in the medical records. Not one sign of abuse. Not one sign. So I guess what I'm saying is, who are you going to believe? This woman's trying to rewrite history. And there's certain people that are saying, you can't do that. You can't do that. You don't get to do that. I'm one of those people. Guys, this is Issues with Toddy One Skip. I am Toddy One Skip. Hope you had a great day today. I'll see ya in the morning. If I can get a video out there, I'll see you in the morning. Don't forget, be better today than you were yesterday. Not half as good as you'll be tomorrow. Thanks, guys. Be well.